Hello YouTube, this is Johnny D on the screen, and today I'm bringing you another one of my thoughts. This one came from me and one of my friends who's from out of country actually. She was here, we were talking, and we got to the point where the whole guys and girls can be friends thing. Of course you can, like in the simplest terms, but really what we were talking about is the whole, can a guy and a girl be friends forever, or does it somehow get ruined through the fact of feelings and relationship-y kind of ideas comes from the minds of people. So we got into that conversation, and personally, it's really hard for that to stay a friendship, because theoretically a relationship should be with your friend, so like someone who you can see as a friend, so eventually you will catch feelings for the other. So if you're the guy, you catch feelings for the girl, and girl vice versa. There are exceptions. I believe girls are, I feel they have more exception to the rule. Not 100% sure what they are for them, but I know for a guy, I mean, it could just be me, it's because I'm a shallow asshole, is if you're not attractive enough for me, I'm not gonna have any interest in you. So we can be friends, we'd be totally cool. That's one big thing, I think, just for me. I don't know if it's every guy, because every guy's an asshole, but it's kind of that, for me, it's defensive wise. So, because I know everybody's gonna be like, but dude, you're supposed to like them no matter what, no matter what their features are. Well, to an extent. There's a threshold, and my threshold is decent, but not great. So if you're a friend of mine and I just find you completely unattractive as a girl, then I'm not gonna date you. Just generally how it's gonna go. Not much you can say to that other than that. For girls, I don't know, maybe they're just something because they see them as a friend, they don't want to lose them. That's something for girls, I guess. I don't know exactly with girls, but we got to talking about that whole thing, and rather you value friendship over the possible relationship. So in her instance, she had a friend, or yeah, it was one of her friends, had this friend that they've been friends since either it was 7th grade or when they were 7. I think it was 7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade. And they're still friends, and they're in their mid-20s now. But ever since 7th grade, he liked her and was just hanging out with her for the chance to get into said relationship. Luckily, the girl, I guess they were adult about it, which is what I'm trying to really get at. The full thing here is they were adult about it, they talked about it, and she said verbatim, as what my friend said, that she would give them space so he can kind of get rid of these feelings. To an extent, because, you know, obviously you can't really, sometimes you can get rid of feelings by going out with someone else, and then everything kind of clears out, because, you know, guys are just one-track mind, but usually that's how we help clear our heads. But that was a big example, and that's one of the other examples I have personally, is this girl that I went to college with. I really did like her for the longest of time, and eventually I was with a girl. I had my girlfriend at one of my most recent ex, and then we broke up. And then I don't know if it was me just trying to rebound or whatever the fuck, but eventually I just started talking to her, and we ended up going eating places and and I did like her still in my mind, so I was upfront about it, and I told her straight up. I was like, hey, I like you. I don't know. And she said, nah. Pretty much, to simplify it, was like, no. But to make it what she said, it was no, because she just got out of a relationship. She was worried about breaking the friendship up. And then she's also had the same problem with guys just trying to get, well, pretty much just have sex with her. And when she says no to their relationship, or trying to get a relationship, whatever, they end up just bouncing. Like, not even staying in with her, just like as a friend. And she asked if that was going to ruin the friendship, and I was like, no, because now I know I can put that aside. Like, it's really bad when you think as a guy or as a girl. I think it goes both ways here. At least for me, when I like a girl and I don't tell her about it, everything I do and everything she does eats at me. So something stupid like, oh, she bumped into me, like, no, that's not that. Not using that as a real example, but let's just make it that easy. It's like, as a guy, I was thinking, it's like, oh, I like her. Should I tell her? Like, does she like me? Kind of look for tall tale signs. I'm really bad at signs, by the way. So if you ever have liked me or do, you gotta be upfront as motherfucker with it. Because I can process that better than I can take signs. Because me, especially when I start thinking I like a girl, every little thing is just a sign. But, yeah, so like certain little stupid things. So something stupid as, oh, she bumped into me, what we were talking and all that shit. Like something that could accidentally happen, but isn't quite the reasoning, like she didn't, it was accidental. But, yeah, pretty much getting to that point of, I guess trying to say don't be scared of your feelings type things. Because, I mean, they are what they are. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, they are what they are, so it's just gonna happen, and what's gonna happen has happened. So don't be a little bitch and don't say anything, because at the most is what the worst thing she can say is no. You could ruin your friendship, but if you really were good friends after that or before that, it shouldn't really affect it too much. It might at the beginning, but eventually it will go on to not affect it. Pretty much so, like I said, what I've done is I've told girls and they have told me no, and vice versa, because some girls have said this. Most of the time, the girls that tell me that they like me is the one that fucking after I dated somebody or started dating someone, they're like, oh, I really like you. I'm like, gosh, fucking piece of shit, because I would have dated them first. But, you know, it's because I'm so bad at getting signs. I think guys are generally like that, too. Could be wrong. At least me. Some guys are probably perfect at it, but me, personally, not so much. But... yeah, for sure. Just be upfront and be kind of adult about it. Is what I'm trying to get at. Because I mean, if you're not an adult about it, like if a guy comes up to a girl and says, "Hey, I like you," and they've been friends for a while, and then she flips the fuck out, like, can't you just be an adult about it? Like, because sometimes I've heard friends tell me that they've said that before, and the girl flipped out, and they weren't friends anymore, or like not friends anymore, but like everything was different, everything was awkward. That's gonna happen. But, like, so certain, like, I feel like if you both are adults in the said, just, like, as a relationship, as an adult relationship, or, you know, as friends or whatever, if someone professes feelings for another, you shouldn't automatically reject it to the point where, like, you're not friends anymore because you can't deal with that. But, I mean, you give them, not an option, but I would say, talk to them about it, get it out, like clear the air, because it legitimately eats at people to the point where they are only going after you and they're missing out on other experiences. So, like, if you like a girl or if you like a guy or whatever, and you're just pinpoint focused on dating them, but they just see you as a total friend for whatever reasons, whether it be, you know, you guys have been friends since you were little, so there's no physical attraction, or there is no physical or emotional attraction, because that is possible as well, that the fact that can happen. So if you feel physical or emotional attraction to this person, they may not, because they could be interested in another person, or they just don't see you in that type of light. So just talk about it, because it's one of the biggest things that I think is overlooked in today's society or whatever, is adulting the fuck up about some things like that in particular. Other things along that line, I mean, in relationship stuff in general, or pre-relationship stuff, is to adult up, because, I mean, you know, it's kind of bad when you ruin a whole friendship, especially if it was a good one, because I know that one of my friends, he did that and totally ruined his friendship with this one person. We've been friends since like they were 5, and she just couldn't handle the thought, and then he couldn't handle how she denied. Like, it was both their faults, but they were both like 20, what time? It was like 22, 23 when that happened. Like, just if they both would have adulted up, they could have done that, and it would have been totally done. And we wouldn't have to worry about any of the old blah, 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 blah stuff. But, yeah, it's pretty much my thoughts on this whole thing. So, hopefully, you watch the whole video, and you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, this has been Johnny D on the screen.